Hi, today is December 5th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1941 for the year, Me in the Dark. There was a time when I was working and the lights suddenly went out and there was nothing for me to do but sit in the dark. So I sat in the dark and I sat in the dark and I sat in the dark. And then I noticed there was a little light coming from I don't know where, and so I took a selfie. After I took the selfie, I sat in the dark a bit more, and then the lights came back on. This happened back in October. But I knew that one day I would return to the selfie I took of me in the dark. And today I have returned to the selfie I took of me in the dark. Poem number 1942, The Big Black. Minuscule and mountainous in the big black, lost but not lost in a forest of minimalist abstraction, afloat and drowning in an oceanic abyss, sitting in and sinking into the big black, the big black, the big black paintings of Ad Reinhardt. Poem number 1943, The Light in the Dark. When the hallucinogens would kick in, she liked to sit in the darkest corner of the darkest room and observe the illusion of light in the dark, faint, milky wisps that floated like ghosts, or seamen, or angels. Sometimes they seemed to beckon, and sometimes they just passed through whatever it was in her mind's eye that seemed like vision. When the hallucinogens wore off, the memory of the light in the dark lingered. It lasted. It never left her. Poem number 1944, Transitions. They loved that moment when sleep segued into wakefulness, and darkness and light, and silence and sound, and numbness and feeling commingled and intermingled, and the nebulous nebula suspended them until it dropped them slowly down to earth. They loved when they could stay in bed until the transition was complete, and they loved that moment at the end of the day when they could return to the bed and lay in the dark and transition back to sleep. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1945, The Great Dark. The Great Dark is trying to return and envelop and overpower and devour everything. Start again. Poem number 1945, The Great Dark. The Great Dark is trying to return and envelop and overpower and devour everything and shower everything in darkness. Fear feeds the Great Dark and makes it more powerful, but ignoring it won't make it go away either. One must awaken to the nightmare and dispel it and dispatch it and then patch things up. But so far, nobody seems to have a plan. The Great Dark may not know exactly what it's doing either, but it doesn't have to. It just has to keep going until it gets what it wants, and it never stops wanting. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.